your company leave? I'm sorry?
Did I have family over?
Yeah, over the 4th. Yeah, I did too.
I started to breathe.
Yeah.
Sounds like they're trying to
It's,
turn it into like a band
I find it,
stage with a big screen.
and they were all my wife's sisters and, yeah.
I was at a work trip last week in Canada, so I was traveling internationally. Hopefully it'll slow down.
Yeah. Okay, good evening. Everybody's mics on. I'd like to call to order the Town of Delafield Board of Supervisors meeting for Tuesday, July 26, 2022. If you'd all rise and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mr. Green, a roll call, please.
Supervisors Miller,
Present.
Kranek,
Present.
Michaels,
Present.
and Chairman Troy.
Present.
Thank you.
Citizen comments. This is this section where public comments from citizens regarding items that are on or not on the agenda can be made. The board may not engage in a discussion with the citizen making the comments. Individual presentations are limited to 3 minutes, and citizens shall follow the rules set forth in section 2.04 sub 1 sub D of the town code. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to speak? Ms. Claire Dundon.
Thank you.
Good evening. This is the first time I think I've been back here since I retired from the board, so it feels like old home week. But anyway, I'm here to address your item 9F, the property at North 13, West 28907, Silvernail Road. It abuts my property on Northview. We're going on 3 years now that that property has burned. Nothing has been done with it except to board it up. It's an invitation for vandals. It's an invitation for vermin. It's probably now full of black mold. So something really needs to be done. I'm ashamed. I'm really embarrassed when my neighbors call me and ask me for help. They're still calling me. I get a hold of Dan, so I think Dan may be tired of hearing from me too. But it's time that we enforce our ordinances, and I'm addressing Chapter 10, 10.05 to be specific, public nuisances affecting peace and safety. And that has to do with dilapidated buildings. It's number 8, all buildings or structures so old, dilapidated, or out of repair as to be dangerous, unsafe, insanitary, or otherwise unfit for human use. That is the definition. Blighted buildings and premises existing within the town which are blighted because of faulty design or construction, failure to maintain them in a proper state of repair, improper management, or due to the accumulation thereon of junk, etc. Structurally unsound fences, other items which depreciate property values and jeopardize or are detrimental to the health, safety, morals, or welfare of the people of the town. I'm before you tonight to ask you to, no, not ask. I've sat on the other side of the table. I don't want to demand either, but request, strongly request, that we enforce our ordinances. There is, that happens to be 10.05, 10.15, 16, and 17 addresses the abatement of public nuisances, the procedures. I'm well aware of what those are. They should have been started a year ago, if not longer. COVID cannot no longer be used as an excuse to postpone this. cost of abatement and penalty. It's time, folks. It's time. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else in the audience care to speak? Yes, sir. John.
Good evening. John Spiris, and I'm just want to speak on the Studer's behalf, just to let you know that the Plan Commission did approve their CSM last week, and last Thursday, the Waukesha County Park and Planning Commission did approve the CSM unanimously. So just to let you know.
Thank you. Anyone else care to address the board on any topic? If not, we'll move on. Approval of the minutes of the June 14th, 2022 meeting. Any notes or corrections?
Motion to approve as presented by the clerk.
Second.
I have a motion to approve as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. There are no actions on vouchers submitted for sub-accounts regarding the budget, so we'll read the accounts payable and the payroll.
Motion to approve for accounts payable, checks 65782 through 65783, and checks 65787 through 65807 in the amount of $39,916.13, and the approval of checks 6508 through 6511, checks 65817 through 65856 in the amount of $135,489.53, and check 65857 and check 65860 through 65886 in the amount of $581,665.06.
All right, one quick, what was the amount for the first checks? 65782 through 65783?
And 65787 through 65807 in the amount of $39,916.13.
That doesn't agree with what I'm signing.
What does it say?
$38,916.13.
Okay. We can approve that at the next meeting. if
Okay,
you wish.
so we'll hold that one off.
Yeah.
And then, do you have another one to approve?
65808 through 65811 and 65817 through 65856 in the amount of $135,489.53.
Yeah. And that's for the registry. What about payroll?
Payroll is, there's two amounts, payroll dated July 8th for $16,347.27, and payrolls dated July 22nd, 2022 in the amount of $14,433.54.
I don't have the 2022. Oh, there it is, 16,000. Okay, fine. We have a motion with the exception of check 65782 through 65783 and 65787 through 65807 in the amount of either 38,000 or 39,000. That's excluded from his motion. I have a motion. Can I get a second on the other ones?
Second.
I have a motion and approval, or a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. All right, there are no communications. There is no unfinished business, so we'll move into new business. Discussion and possible action on the approval of Class B liquor and beer license to Finori Winery, N13W28643 Silvernail Road.
This was brought to the Plan Commission last year and was approved for the use of a winery at a home right off of Silvernail Road, just about 3/4 of a mile from here. The plan is for smaller events and wine tastings, not more than a few people at a time. He's not currently operating, but he wants to get his liquor license taken care of so that he's ready to open when the facility is open. He was approved by the state for his wine license. They recommended a Class B liquor and beer license. and so that's what's before you. Like I said, the use was approved by both the Plan Commission and was it the town board as well? I believe
Yeah,
it
it
was a
was,
conditional
yeah.
use permit, so.
It was here.
So recommend approval, nothing out of the ordinary in regards to his background checks or anything like that.
I will motion to approve the Class B liquor and beer license to Finori Winery off Silvernail Road.
Second?
Excuse me, I have a motion and a second to approve the Class Beer Liquor and B license to Fenori Winery. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Motion passes. Discussion and possible action on the following recommendations from the Plan Commission. We'll take them separately. Number one, Dan Studer, W289N106 Elmhurst Road, regarding consideration and possible action on the approval of a certified survey map to create 2 lots at W289N106 Elmhurst Drive. As it was mentioned earlier, this was recommended, it's recommended to the town board by the Plan Commission where it was approved unanimously. Any discussion? Tim?
Sure. What I have on the screen is the proposed CSM. As shown, there's 2 lots. The total lot area is about 11.4 acres. The 2 lots will be 5.3 acres. Lot 1, which is to the left on your screen, or to the west, I would say. And that gets access to Elmhurst Drive, County Highway G, through a strip. Lot 2 would be created. It's a vacant lot that will be about 6.06 acres, and that will get access at the east end of Sylvan Trail. The Plan Commission went through a process, and the county, Waukesha County, has approved what they consider a lot not abutting a public road for this, but the county has approved that. The surveyor has addressed all technical comments from both myself as well as the county. And I know it says that I hadn't received comments, but I did receive notification tonight from Mr. Spears. So I recommend approval of the certified survey map as proposed.
And it shows the easement at the cul-de-sac? That was part of the Plan Commission?
That was going to be correct, that would be the final CSM. This is the same one as Plan Commission has, yeah.
So will we need to add that?
Well, that'll be added, add that as a condition, yes.
And what was the specific language for that condition? That we,
I don't have it in front of me, I'm sorry. It was I think didn't we say a 25-foot by 60-foot?
sounds right.
Yeah, it was approved.
66 by 25-foot easement
Well, it was, yeah, the
extension.
recommendation, but
Yeah.
I can
And has
pull up the
that been
minutes.
implemented? Or is
I
there
don't have the
something-
final CSM yet on that.
So we need a final CSM.
well, no, I just want to make sure that the motion is on this,
Yeah.
everything's included that
Okay.
needs to be included, so,
It was a 25-foot access easement. It didn't give a width, it just said 25 feet, so I would assume the road right-of-way width,
okay.
so.
Correct.
So motion to approve the CSM dated 6/29/2022, ensuring that the access easement 25 feet at the end of the cul-de-sac is granted to assure that the budding property owners have access to their property.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second to approve the CSM for W289N106 Elmhurst Road. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes unanimously. Thank you, John. Second CSM, Brian and Catherine Jackal, 3615 Hawthorne Hill Drive, Waukesha, regarding consideration and possible action on a certified survey map to combine parcels located at northeast corner of Hillcrest Drive and Orchard Avenue, tax key numbers DELT 0764-026, DELT 0764-027, and DELT 0764-028. And this also was a CSM being recommended by the Plan Commission, where it passed unanimously. And we'll go back to, or Tim.
Okay, this lot is made up of three small lots that were .44 acres each. It's just north of Hillcrest Drive at Orchard Avenue. Orchard Avenue is a very narrow, looks like a driveway if you've ever driven over there. It's a private road. The purpose of the combination is to eventually put a single-family house on that particular lot. It would be served by public sanitary sewer. They did provide a dedication along the north side of Hillcrest Drive to meet our required right-of-way width along Hillcrest Drive, which is only 30 feet. But it does give us that additional land area there. I did not receive any comments from the county at this time, so any recommendation for approval should be subject to comments from other agencies. I believe Heartland has to review this, and then the county does as well. So those are in process at this time.
Great. Okay.
Motion to approve the CSM dated July 5th, 2022, subject to addressing all comments from Village of Heartland and Waukesha County.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the CSM. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Okay, great. Discussion, possible action on setting dates for the 2023 budget workshop meetings. Mr. Green.
Sure. So last year we had budget workshop meetings on September 14th and 28th. I'm proposing those same Tuesday meetings of September 13th and September 27th. We can start the workshops around 5 p.m. I believe that's what we did last year. Does that work for people's schedule, or do we need to make it later?
13th, 5 p.m. What was the second one?
27th.
27th. Ed, do you need that later than 5?
Works for me.
It's good by me.
Okay. Everybody put it down. We're on.
Will you send us an email, Dan?
Yeah. I'll
Fun
send the calendar.
times. Okay. Discussion and possible action on the purchase of 3 solar speed limit signs. Information in the package explains what we're buying. We're taking a harder position on traffic control, and we're hoping to take a stronger position in the 23 budget as well. So this is to coordinate with the 23 budget, but we have some very serious traffic issues in the town, particularly on Maple, Cummings, and off of
Cushing
Caton.
Park, Imperial, and Maple Avenue.
Cushing Park, yeah.
Yeah.
So, go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, so we got a quote for 3 solar speed signs. 2 of them we're proposing to place permanently, one on Imperial with the road freshly paved. We did put in a stop sign to try and slow down the traffic a little, but I think that in conjunction with this, in conjunction with some more police enforcement would really do numbers on controlling the speed through there. Maple Avenue's always been a speed issue. We've gotten complaints from numerous residents about reducing the speed limit. I think the matter is more, again, is enforcement of the speed limits that are currently there. These 2 of these signs will have a flashing white light, similar to if you've been to Wales through 83. It'll be similar to those. And they tend to grab the attention of the drivers that go through there, so hopefully it will do the same in the town. And then the third one is to replace a sign that no longer works for the DPW department. So they will have 2 other signs that they can put throughout the town where we have traffic and speeding issues. Cushing Park is one of those, as Ron mentioned, that we get numerous complaints on. And we get random complaints in other subdivisions, so we can use those as temporary enforcements.
The one that's currently on Maple is owned by the county?
No, it's owned by the town. That would
It's
be
owned by the
one that would be one that we can place in random neighborhoods when we need to, so.
But it's got a battery that's got to be charged. It's not solar, so
It's
we
not
got to take
solar.
it down and off.
Yeah.
Are we going to be able to get data off these signs and get that back to the board at some point once they're up?
Yes, yep, we can get data from them. There is a 12-month free modem connection that works through Bluetooth, so Don can get that information from his cell phone for at least the first 12 months. Anything after that, I believe, is $500 a year for each sign, so we can determine if we want to carry that through next year. But they'll still do the same thing. You'll just have to get it manually from the sign. So I don't think the highway guys have any problems with getting them manually. That's what they do now. So,
So all 3 signs allow data collection.
correct.
Great.
And we'd be looking at paying for this through our COVID fund, so it wouldn't come out of our operating budget.
Motion to approve the 3 solar speed limit signs for the amount of $9,112.
Second.
Great. I have a motion and a second to approve the purchase of 3 solar speed limit signs for the stated amount. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Discussion and possible action on a temporary Class B beer and wine license for the Fall Fest Festival on September 18th for a property located at N130W294 Bryn Drive.
So in your packet is included the license, the Class B, temporary Class B license application, as well as a special event permit application. You can see the details of what she's proposing. 80 attendance from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. This is outside of our residential areas, and I don't see a big impact on the town. The license will be for both wine and beer that will be served. It was applied through a nonprofit organization, so that qualifies or meets the standards for the town and through the state statute. If you guys have any questions or concerns, I did let the applicant know that this would be on the agenda, but I don't know if she is here tonight. So if you do have any questions, her contact information I can forward you. It should also be on your packet that's printed tonight. So
So is the owner the one applying for a license, or it's a separate organization that's applying for the license?
the organization should be in your packet on the application.
Looks like
But I
Tall
believe
Pines is
they
the one
do
who's
have-
applying for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe they do have operate under a nonprofit. So
Okay.
the time is only till 8 p.m. So I didn't see a major issue. Staff approves the special event applications unless there is a major event in which we would bring it to the board. But in this case, I didn't think 80 people would qualify as something that you guys would have to approve. But you do have to approve the Class B temporary liquor license.
So they've applied for the special event license, and that's been approved, and this is the only thing left?
Yeah, as a staff, I reviewed it. I didn't see an issue with 80 attendees, so we're just looking for the temporary Class B approval.
Okay, I'll motion to approve the temporary Class B beer and wine license for Fall Fest at the property located at N130W294 Bryn Drive on September 18th, 2022.
Second.
Great. I have a motion and a second to approve the temporary Class B beer and wine license for the Fall Festival on September 18th. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Discussion and possible action on code enforcement options for the property located at N13W28907 Silvernail Road. I believe a letter was sent to the owner of the property. We've discussed this in depth with our town attorney. I think Ms. Dundon is absolutely correct, and that the time has come to take some direct action on this. So we can discuss it at the board, but the general consensus and advice from Eric Larson was if she was a no-show, to defer the issue to the attorney and to take the action that's allowed by our ordinances and state statute. So
Is the owner here tonight?
Oh,
is
she is
so-
here. Okay, come on up. I didn't see you there. Sorry, I snuck in. Yeah. Just come up and tell us your name and your address. Here? Yeah, that'd be great.
So my name is McKinney Triplett. You want my home address or the address of the property?
The property address is fine.
Okay, North 13, West 28907, Silver Narrow Road, Pewaukee, 53072.
think you
What are
guys
your
can
plans for the
address.
property? It's been in disarray for several years.
Yes, I contracted or entered into contracts with two different demolition companies. The first one, which was around this, maybe like a month after the situation happened with the property being damaged and being deemed that, you know, it was unrepairable. I entered into that contract, gave the contractor a 30% deposit, and then I never heard from him again. So I had to dispute the charges to get that back from that contractor.
3 years ago? Or when did you,
Yeah.
when did you enter into the contract with them?
It was in, I believe, it was roughly, I would say 30, 45 days after the property
Burned.
caught fire and burned.
Okay.
So then I entered into a contract maybe in February with another company. They gave me a price, they gave me a date that they would be able to take care of the demolition. And then they switched it up, said, oh, okay, they were too busy. I guess the job wasn't, I guess they were getting bigger jobs that came in after we entered the contract, and then they told me that they wouldn't be able to take care of it until December of January of 2022 or 2023. So I told them that that wasn't going to work for me. So I still been, you know, looking for contractors, which I actually think I secured. We haven't entered into a contract. We haven't signed anything, but a contract with a company called Minocqua Grading and something. He told me that he'll be able to definitely fit me into his schedule, and we came up with a price that was fair, and he would be able to do it within the next 30 days.
Within the next 30 days, so when do you intend to sign that contract?
He's actually told me he was going to mail me the contract, and I have not received the contract. So I actually touched bases with him today, and he told me that it should be in the mail. I should just look out for it.
Okay.
So my fear is that I've never been through a situation like this before, so I don't really know how this process works, and I just want to make sure, like, I'm already facing financial hardship, you know, from loss of income with my business, and I'm just scared that, you know, I'll give someone my money and they'll run off with it. So the first contractor really spooked me with that, so that's why I've been
Sure.
trying to be very diligent in who I chose to take care of this project for me.
Well, the town's issue is it has to be demolished. And the recourse to us, Dan, you correct me, but the recourse to us is if it's not demolished within a certain time frame, we have the right to start assessing fees on it, and they add up rather quickly. So, I mean, we're very willing to work with you. We understand the dilemma you've been through, but we're at the end of our tolerance period.
I understand.
So, we're still going, I would still recommend we turn this over to our attorney.
Okay.
And have our attorney follow up. And I may apologize in advance. He may be much more aggressive than the nice people that
Oh, no,
are sitting up here.
I understand.
But we need this resolved.
I understand.
In as expeditious a manner as possible.
And please feel free to use his contact or letter with your contractors to let them know the urgency, right?
Okay.
It could perhaps be a tool for you to get it done quicker.
Absolutely, I definitely will. I've actually stressed that to them, so that's why he told me his schedule was full, but he understands. He's actually a friend of a family friend, so he's, you know, gonna, I guess, do me a favor by putting this.
Once you sign the contract, it's up to you. It's an option, but you could also forward that to Dan or drop it off to Dan, so we have a copy of the contract, which would add validity to the concept that you have signed a contract.
Okay.
And it's going to be demolished within 30 dates of the signing of that
Okay,
contract.
yeah, the second
But that's
company.
optional. That's not required by statute.
No, I'm willing to do it. The second company, I believe, pulled a permit and everything, and then after they pulled a permit and they switched up the whole story about the time frame. So I just got a little concerned about
Well, we
them
can
doing it.
find out if they pulled a permit, but if they're behind you, that's irrelevant.
Yeah.
You're moving on to a new contractor. We'll work with you in good faith,
Mm-hmm.
but our good faith is going to be tempered by our experience in the past. So if you sign that contract expeditiously, hopefully get a copy to Dan, and he fulfills 30 days, then we'll be fine.
Totally understood. I will definitely do that.
Yeah.
No problem.
There was a permit pulled, and that's part of the reason why this gone on as long as it has. Otherwise, we would have been here in probably April or sooner. But we did
Okay.
see a permit that was pulled, and we're waiting for contractors. But at this point, I don't know if the board wants to give a time frame of 30 days for the work to begin, or if we just want to hold it over to the attorney. I mean,
I think we turn it over to the attorney, have the attorney take whatever appropriate action he feels is necessary to expedite the demolition of this building.
Well, the bottom line is that property needs to be cleaned up. I mean, it's an eyesore. I mean, it's been going on too long. It just needs to get cleaned up. So we just got to get it cleaned up and get it taken care of.
and please stay in constant contact with myself and with Dave Hendricks. You have our emails, so
Yeah.
just keep us posted on a weekly basis, just so that we know what's going on and that you're still pursuing this.
Do
So.
you
Okay,
have her cell
absolutely.
phone?
I I do not.
Would you feel comfortable?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
After the meeting,
Okay,
that's fine. We're
okay.
almost
Don't
done
do it
here.
on the record, but
Okay,
give
all
it
right.
to me after the meeting. Any other questions for the applicant or the property owner?
No, I just hope the property owner understands the expeditious nature that this needs to be resolved fairly quickly. So
I do too.
we would appreciate it if you would take care of this in an expeditious manner.
I understand.
Okay, thank you very much
Like
for
a
showing
motion?
up.
Are
I
we
don't
gonna
think
make,
we need a motion.
are we gonna make a motion to turn it over to the town attorney?
Do we need a motion to do
Yeah, I
that?
think that, for the record, I think
Oh,
that would.
I would like to make a motion that we turn this matter over to the town attorney, and the town attorney takes all necessary steps necessary to resolve this matter in an expeditious manner.
Okay, I have a motion. Anybody going to second it?
A second.
Okay, I have a motion, a second, to defer this to our town attorney, Eric Larson, to take whatever action he feels is necessary to achieve the town's objectives. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay. Moving along, announcements and planning items. Plan Commission meets on August 2nd, 2022 at 6:30 here. The fall primary election is Tuesday, August 9th, and the next town board meeting is Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022.
Just to mention, the Plan Commission will be a joint public hearing, so if any of the other board members are available to attend.
This is August 2nd.
Yeah, it's
Next
next
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I can be there.
You can be there? Okay, great.
Okay, if there's nothing else, we can adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you all for coming.
That's okay.
The county had one.